Excellent.
Yes. So, Grail, everybody's leveling up, and you all just shared in a vision where you saw a massive tidal wave of red blood wash over the desert, covering over all the pyramids, covering over the city, covering over the inland sea, or whatever it is, the massive body of water. And all that remained was the very capstone of the largest pyramid, shining light into the sky. And you were all there in the vision. You all saw each other.
Okay.
And by that, I just mean the four of you. Arthur wasn't there, if it's relevant.
Fair. So clearly Arthur's going to be the big bad evil guy.
Yep.
Totally. Yeah, also you have to choose your ability score improvement, and I want you to name it, okay? So, what I was saying to the others was, it would be something like the Ascended Leaf Body, and that would be something like +2 Dexterity, or +1 Dexterity, +1 Wisdom, or whatever, something along those lines. Yeah, and just a little bit about like how it enhances your body.
So, no feet?
No feet.
Okay.
I thought you meant that your body was going to have no feet. I was so confused. I was like,
Yep.
why is that an enhancement?
Because now I have
You can
flippers.
float.
Also, once again, I have no idea how to level up. Just...
Level 4 is very easy. Luckily.
Yep.
Essentially, the only thing you need to do is figure out what the ability score improvement. That's most of what. What class you again?
I'm a rogue and a ranger.
Yeah, technically the multi-class people won't get an ASI.
Yes, that is true.
But I'm just giving them one at 4th level. And they won't get one later on. I'll take it away from them later.
No.
They'll bank it now, because you, at this stage in your cultivation, or in your, like, moving forward in your path, you you do get like an enhanced spirit body. So yeah. Anyway, so it's +2 to a stat.
Yes, I'm just trying to think of how I'm gonna word my wisdom increase.
But you don't have to choose it now. I'm just saying it's something that I will want. Send it to me.
Yeah.
So I can
later.
do 1 in 2, right? I can split it over 2.
Yes, if you want, you
So
can put one into
1 in
2.
charisma and 1 in dexterity.
Absolutely.
And how are we doing health again? Is it just default?
You can take average, or you can roll.
Oh yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I roll? D8. Let's go.
1.
3. Excellent.
Solid. Ben, are you going sorcerer again? You were saying?
No, I'm taking my oath.
Oh, you're taking
I'm
your
going
oath.
oath. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Oath of Glory.
Oath of Glory. Ooh. Okay. Nice.
It's actually 7.
Where's my player's handbook?
No!
Yeah, that sounds very right up Rukka's avenue. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay, so Afanen, you went up a level as
Probably rogue.
No, that's not rogue. That's fighter.
Oh,
I mean,
wait,
that's ranger if you did D10. If you're
Oh,
a
is that
rogue,
right?
you go up D8.
But she
okay.
rolled a 1.
No, you just have to re-roll.
So
Yeah.
she rolled 1, so she instead went up as a fromage.
I'm sorry. I saw hit dice D10 and I rolled.
Druid.
No.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah, if you go up as rogue, you're a D8. You can keep the 1 though. That's fine. You just get the advantage of it only being a D8 that you have flubbed the roll for. Small mercies.
And
Small
of course,
mercies.
you do add your con modifier to it. So
I think Afanen's got +1 con, so
it's at least it's 2, not
Oh, I go up 2. Okay,
yeah.
that's way better.
yep.
So I'm not rolling because I rolled when I went from level 1 to level 2 and I've regretted it since.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be me next
So you're
time.
just going to take average. Yep.
I'm going to take
So that's a solid choice right
I'm
there.
going to take the 5
Mm-hmm.
plus my con of 2, 7, so it takes me to 3rd. So 28. We have 5 increase on our hit points, though, don't we, at the moment?
Only when that spell's cast. It's the bonus in the morning.
But we never got rid of. We were still going at the end of the day. But we've
Mhm.
rested. We've rested, have we?
Yeah, Yep, that's why you're leveling.
Yep.
You've rested. You've had this vision. You're like part of the way back towards the sand spiders.
Cool. So 28 hit points is what I now have. Is it 21, 26? Far out. I can't remember what it was. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think I was 21 maximum.
Isn't it on your character sheet?
No, because I've been editing it, but I haven't been paying attention because I was editing it with the other number in whatever. Too full, too much food. Makes you start going sleepy. Bye byes. All right, so yes. Oh no, it would be 28 because I forgot to add the. Yeah, because the con gets added. There we go. 28 is my hit points. So I had it right to start with. Huzzah. Right, and you want me to name my ability score increase?
Yes.
Free.
You don't have to name it now, but just in the future, I would like it to be named. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be it's going to be +1 intelligence, +1 wisdom.
Nice. So I think at level 3 rogue, Afanen, you will get an extra d6 in sneak attack. And way up that. And yeah, some other things as well. You'll have to choose your specialization, what type of thief you're going to become. Or what type of rogue, I guess, is more accurate. I can work on that for you if you just want to follow your guide, which was Phantom.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I will do
Alright,
that
I'm
for
bad.
you.
I'm bad at this part of it.
That's fine. I'll do that for you after this session. You won't need it this session. It's okay. You get to start like when you kill stuff, you like you make a token out of their soul, and then you use those soul tokens to like deal more damage. Anyway, I'll go over that with you sometime.
Ooh.
Okay, so you awake in the morning, all rested, feeling really good, feeling really strong in your new bodies, and the group that are with you are all very well. They're all just pretty happy this morning. Yesterday we were sort of surprised, didn't really know what was going on. They're just all fatigued, and just sort of in disbelief. But now they're pretty happy. The old lady that was with them, she's seems to be in a bit of a rush to get back to camp. She's like, yep, let's go. Whoever you guys are,
I mean, that's
that'd be
fair.
great.
I mean, that's. Oh, we got nowhere else to be, do we?
Nope.
Unless you all want to fight some more scorpions, you know.
the lady who's with you, she says, fight some scorpions. I mean, I'm sure that you are all mighty warriors, spirit warriors, and able to fight scorpions. But the path that I follow is not along that of a warrior's path. Okay, the spirit art that I follow is more about tending and nurturing. An important skill in the Wastelands. I'm very valuable. We should get back to
something,
camp.
but that's not what Afanen would say.
I'm sure Amir will be very excited to see us all back. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Is this sounding suspicious at all, or is it just?
She seems incredibly nervous around you guys.
We did just buy her from slavers.
But you did take her slave collar off, so you can see like
Rukka makes everyone nervous.
Why?
Yeah.
Just want to be everyone's friends.
Hey, so does Afanen, and look where that got him. Is this lady like making to show us the way, or is she waiting for us to take the lead?
She's waiting for you to take the lead. While you're sort of discussing what you're doing and getting ready and such, you see that she like moves a bit away from you. She sits down. She seems to go into some kind of meditative trance. You can see her start to work her spirit art, and slowly she starts creating water out of the air. She's like pulling bits of the air together in weird ways and slowly creating water. It seems to take her about 10 minutes to make some water.
Seems like something Kridi will want to know how to do. Is she going to give us some?
Yep, she does make enough water for everybody eventually. It's a slow going process, but yeah, she's making small amounts of water. It's not like an abundance of water just like springing up out of the ground or anything like that. It's slow. And she's not making a huge amount, but there is water, and it is fresh.
Afanen will make appreciative.
It's sort of warm, but you know.
What isn't?
It's the desert, yeah. That seems everything seems to be warm here.
She doesn't make it cold or anything like that. She doesn't seem to have any cold ability. Nice. Excellent. Perfect. Thank you, Grail. All right. Yes, that's exactly what I want, pretty much. All right. So, if you guys are just going to continue traveling back to the camp, then it will just be a skill challenge. Is there anything else you want to do while you are traveling back to the small pyramid?
Unless I can make jewelry while we walk, no.
You can. You can make it very poorly while you walk.
I don't want to make it poorly.
Well, then no. You don't have... Like, you've got the tools and stuff like that, but being stationary is much more conducive to making good jewelry. But you could absolutely, make some scrimshaw while you're moving. Lots of people did. You've done it before, but it just won't be... It won't be your best work. And by that, what I mean is you'll have a -5 to your checks. If you do a skill challenge to craft something.
That works. I'll wait till I'm on watch. It's fine.
Good. That's fine. And you'd have -5 to any other checks that you're making if you made a perception check while working on jewelry while walking,
That makes sense.
there would be lots of negatives. I'm just saying. But you could totally do it. There's no reason that you can't be paying no attention to where you're going. You're just following the other
I
people.
haven't been thus far in the adventure, so
Exactly. See, it's no problem. You make some jewelry. Does anybody want to do anything while they're going along?
No, I'm fine. I'm just doing spells and stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no one happen to has ruby dust on them, do they?
Let me just see. No.
Yes. With like components for spells and stuff.
Yes.
Could that be substituted by what's her name?
Bindings?
Yeah, and like
Yes.
mana and stuff.
Not necessarily mana. It depends what you're doing. Any component that costs over 100 gold, generally you're going to need to have that component, or you're going to need to substitute it with a binding.
Yes. Luckily, this one is not over 100 gold.
Oh, well then, yeah, totally. That's fine.
Because I was thinking of casting Continual Flame on a few choice things of ours.
Okay, sure.
Rukka's mask.
No, not quite. Something much more coverable, I guess. So we only have light when we need it.
So it's face.
But he'd look totally badass.
So yes, so if I wanted to do that, how much would I have to use?
Let's see. How much is Continual Flame cost?
50 GP of ruby dust.
Oh, sure. So you've got some crystallized mana. Yep.
I do have some crystallized mana.
Each stack of that effectively is worth 100. So
how much is in a stack?
No. So each one, because you've got 6.
I have 6, yeah.
Things worth. So each one of that would effectively get you 2 Continual Flames if you wanted.
Okay, cool. Right, so it is quite potent.
Yes. Yes, it is. You can make potions with it.
Yes,
It
makes sense. Cool. I guess that's what Kridi will be doing. Well, do you guys want something that would have light on it permanently? So it means whenever we're in a dark place, you can just take it out and then put it away. There's no way to like turn it off. It's always going to be on, but you can just cover it, put it in a pocket or something, and it won't shine. Essentially.
For anybody who ever watched The Tick, it is room temperature fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this creates no heat.
Yep.
So you know what would be really good? A dagger. Because you can sheath the dagger, just carry it around, and it's easy to...
I'm gonna say nothing of Afanen's because otherwise it will completely ruin my stealth.
But no, that's the point. You can sheath it, you can obscure it, etc. And at which point the light is not being, transmitted.
But as soon as I draw my dagger to try and attack someone,
Well, have it on something that's not the dagger then, or have 2 daggers.
Why don't you put it on your freaking ring that you'll never wear?
I believe it can't be cast on magic items.
Why not? You can put on an object.
So I was just saying object. Okay,
equivalent
cool.
brightness to a torch springs forth from an object that you touch. The effect looks like a regular flame, but it creates no heat and doesn't use oxygen. The continual flame can be covered or hidden, but not smothered or quenched.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
I just don't I don't really have anything that you could cast it on. Except if you
maybe you'll just have to. Maybe
ring.
you'll make a piece of jewelry today or tonight for us.
Yeah, if you want, I can make something while we're traveling. If you want.
Well, I am going to cast it on the necklace that I got.
Cool.
Last session, because that is something that can easily be shoved down Although I guess I'm not wearing as much as I used to, but still, it can easily be shoved down my clothes to dull the light when if and when needed.
Mhm.
Or I can actually just take it off and put it somewhere else. But yes, so
Taking it off.
that'll be me. Would you like one on a dagger, Grail?
Yeah, I guess
Well
so.
done.
Because I don't get the dagger out very often. Although, actually, that's the only dagger I have, and I might want to use it for something else. Could put it on the centipede fat block that I still have in my equipment list.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's yeah, that would be gross. That's still good as a side note. Like that hasn't gone off or anything.
Nice.
That's yeah.
The dagger will be actually. Yeah, the dagger will be fine.
Okay. What about you, Rukka?
I assume my clothes and the ones we've been borrowed have at least a couple of little clasps and stuff. So maybe just on a clasp.
No, they
No,
generally
not
have
like a belt or a.
yeah, they have ties. So they have like pieces of cloth that tie onto the robe. But they're not like metal bits or anything like that.
Stone bits or carved.
No, not like that. It's more like cloth with cloth bindings.
Well,
It's very loose robe. It's like
yeah,
it's
but
like
what
a
about
gi
my
or a
regular
G,
clothes?
whatever they're called.
Gee,
Sorry.
I'd have bone clasps or something for.
Oh yeah, you've got stuff. Absolutely.
So maybe one of the clasps, and then I can attach it to like a bit of ribbon and tie around my hand and use my hand as a torch.
Yeah, yeah. Your ceremonial clothes have knickknacks for days.
So
Fetishes and crazy stuff. Yep.
one of those sort of knick-knack things that I have.
Okie dokie.
I've changed my mind. Put it on a single arrow.
A single arrow.
Yep.
A flamo.
Well, yeah, I might want to use a dagger for other things, and I don't use my arrows often. And it also gives me the option to shoot it if need be. So,
Okay,
an
so-
arrow.
Is this a ritual? Does this take 10 minutes, or is this a spell?
It's a spell. It's just a
It's like continual
It's just a
light.
spell?
it is an action to cast. Actually, it is very very quick, so I can just do it as we're going.
It
Okay,
is-
so you cast it twice.
Yes,
The
I'll
first
cast it
time you
twice.
cast it, Arthur pops out. The second time you cast it, ooh, cast it on me, cast it on me, cast it on me, cast it on me. His little tentacle arms get a little bit longer, start waving. Yeah, flameo, cast it on me, cast it on me, cast it on me. It's gonna be awesome.
He likes
Be on
spells.
fire.
I could cast spells on him. In fact, I should cast some more spells on him.
I was planning on saving at least one second spell slot today, just in case something else happens. But
Aww. His eye becomes even bigger.
I'm going to
You
cast.
can see like some mana just like forming at the bottom of it. This chaotic energy sort of starts bleeding down the bottom of his little orb. It's almost like mascara is running. Like it's really. It's meant to be cute, but it's turned out disgusting.
How can you say no to that face?
So I'm actually going to cast a guiding light, a guiding bolt on whatever it's called, on Arthur.
Okay.
Because you said that I can cast spells on him too.
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah. So I'll do that.
I didn't mean to hit that. So
All right.
And I'll also cast
Alright.
charm person on him as well.
Like,
There you go.
close this.
I'll just sink 2 first level spells into him.
Okay.
All right. Well, he's just gonna see if he was paying attention. He was. Okay, good. He doesn't get wrecked by a guiding bolt. All right. He eats the guiding bolt. Its little teeth come out. Just before you hit it with him, his like little arms had become really long, like dragging in the sand. But after you hit him with the guiding bolt, he seems to perk up a bit. He's still got like the running mascara, but
Yeah, I'll dump
he's
another
making
first
some
level.
chewing noising.
I'll dump another first
noises.
level in for him, a charm person.
Hmm.
And I might even dump a second level in for him as well. Let's give him a lesser restoration.
Oh, delicious. These are all very interesting. And I have to absorb these and think about them. And he floats back into your core.
Could, this is not for now, but like, is there anywhere that Arthur could possibly wear jewelry?
He's not yours.
He
hands off him.
doesn't.
When
He
we
doesn't
met him,
have a
you were sulking.
corporeal body.
He doesn't
so
have a what, sorry?
His body is like just made out of spirit, so not exactly. It's like a great effort for him to pick stuff up. So maybe at some stage he could like carry stuff, but also like anything that he is carrying, if he goes inside Åvna's core, like it just falls on the ground, right?
Could he, like, would he be able to like eat a piece of jewelry or something?
He already
With
has.
Oh, he would absolutely be able to destroy a piece of jewelry, yes.
Okay, sick. Might make him something to eat.
Okay, yeah. Yes, he could
But I like to
totally.
think that Afanen doesn't know that he'll eat it, so he'll just give it to him and then he'll eat it, and Afanen will be like, "What?"
All right. So, the children like seeing this spirit come out, make a fuss, and do stuff. They're just amazed and excited, and you hear one talk to the old lady and say, "That lady has 2 gold signs. 2. How? What is that? What is it?" And she says, "Oh no, it's a spirit." And she starts talking about spirits and how they can be bonded, and she also starts talking about how like some of the soulsmiths like have bound constructs that carry out small tasks for them. Anyway, it's all pretty boring, but that's sort of how the day goes. As the old lady seems to be giving lessons to the young ones, leading them in like their path, showing them how to move the spirit around their body. You all think that it looks pretty inefficient, and also really dangerous. Like the things that she sort of practices, she's like drawing in a lot of harmful things. Energy, and the way she's like pushing it through her body seems to be really damaging, but then like a lot of her energy is spent on repairing her body and like pushing that harmful energy like to the extremities, where she seems to store it for maybe some later use. Yep, so there goes the second day, and if that's all people are going to do, I'll just have a very minor skill challenge, or using survival or perception, or a different skill if you wish, but it's going to be with an increased DC. It's just traveling, so. That's a success.
I'll do the first 2. Actually, no, I probably should do the latter ones. I think I've got higher numbers.
Do you have advantage on survival, Kridi?
For what? I mean, that's up to you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, well, unless you have an ability that gives you advantage. But yes, then no, you don't. Okay, well, that will be 1 fail. A 10 will be a fail. So that's 1-1. Does anybody else want to give me a survival or perception check? Yep. That's 2-1.
You ready for it? You ready?
Yes.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay, 3 successes. There's no problem. You're easily able to find your way along. During the day, you do pass by a large skull that you, because now you're not like trying to cut through any areas or anything like that. So you do see a massive skull off in the distance that you can check out if you want to. But that's like the only thing of note that you pass by.
Like
Or
when
that
you
you know.
when you say a massive skull, like how big are we talking?
Let me go have a look at it, and I will tell
Like, is
you.
it comparable to that massive skeleton that we found earlier that had the treasure that no one let me collect?
I was about to say shiny.
Oh, the skull's actually larger than that.
And
So
there's more
it's
treasure. I say we go check it out.
it's 55 feet long. And it's got horns that are even longer coming out of it. As
Would
in
that be
add more to its length, not that are more than 55 feet. Just it also has horns that go for like another 30, 35 feet sort of thing.
Does what's the lady's name, by the way? We never actually. I don't know whether you said that or not, but
I didn't, because she
Granny
is
Goodness.
random NPC, no one, but I will find a name for her. She will be Kieran.
yeah. Anyway, well, I just wanted to ask, like, if she knew what it was, whether we should avoid it or whatever, or if we can go over and check, etc., etc.
She looks off in that direction and she says, "Oh, yeah, I mean, we could see if it's new. Maybe there's some bones or scales we could gather. It's probably a sand serpent corpse. That's what it kind of looks like from over here. And hopefully whatever killed it isn't around, and hopefully there aren't any more sand serpents. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go over there, but if you guys want to go over there, that's fine. We'll just get in the lee of this dune and wait for your return if you want to check it out.
I'd be you want to check it out, Rukka, didn't you?
Yeah. And especially if there's going to be more around, we have to protect these kids.
Well, if you guys want to go check it out, I'll stay with the kids. Someone has to. We came here to protect, or to rescue them and protect them and get them back. So at least one of us should probably stay and make sure they're not defenseless.
I can sneak up to it and see if there's like anything hiding in the skull, maybe.
Yeah, I guess we'll go then.
So Åvna will stay with the kids.
Okay. Where's my map gone? There it is. All right. So you guys rock up to. You know what? I'm just going to put Åvna in the corner so that you can actually see what's happening.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Yeah. You're not there. You're there in spirit. But not even that.
Run through Disco Mouse.
Has the map loaded properly for everybody else? It's still very blurry for me.
There we
That's
go.
loaded properly for me.
Yeah, it's good to me.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, yep. This is the massive skull that you've come across in the desert. You can see these large blue scales on parts of it. It looks to be quite old. Or at least sandblasted. Yeah. You have no idea how long it's been here. You don't really, but you know that things that are in the drifts, where you come from, they get worn down pretty quick. And since you've been here, you have like felt the rough abrasion of the sand, and you imagine that it's not as rough as the drifts, but it's probably pretty rough on things. So who knows how long this has been here, but maybe not too long.
Actually, I just realised I'm still downloading something. Let's see if that makes a difference.
It hasn't necessarily been here for 20 years. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also not like brand new.
Yeah, it's not. It didn't happen like an hour ago. That is for sure.
That has
Is this
made
something
a
I could get
difference.
bindings from?
Sorry?
Is this something I could get bindings from, maybe? Or is it too
No,
far?
you think that it's definitely outside your skill to get a binding from something like this, and also you don't see any binding point on this on what remains here. If there was a binding, it must have been on like a part that's now missing, maybe the eyes or the tongue, maybe part of the body. On a beast like this large, there were probably multiple bindings, but nothing here nothing that remains, just with the horns, the teeth, some patchy scales, and the skull, basically.
Cool. I guess let's cautiously approach it, and just in case there's anything using it as like a home.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yep.
sure everybody can make me a perception check or a survival check, your choice. As you approach cautiously, unless you want to stealth, that is also an option.
I'm really curious about whether those scales are big enough to make into shields.
Nice.
I'm lagging quite a bit. At least my roll 20. Like, I'm gonna have to quit and go down because it's taking like 10 seconds for it to actually display after clicking on my sheet. I'm just gonna quit and rejoin.
Alrighty. That's fine, because you can still hear us. Okay, so you approach it. You believe that that whatever did this is long gone. And at the moment, the only things that seem to be using it for any shelter are like some small lizards, which may have been some pretty good eating, Afanen thinks. However, Rukka scares them off straight away. They jump up onto their hind legs and just run off into a group of nearby rocks, and they're gone.
Ah! Come on, man.
Oh, and also Kridi thinks that they would have made some pretty good eating as well, but they're gone. Yeah.
But did you see them? They looked cool as they ran away, pretending they were people. Yeah, I want to check out those scales, see if they can be used for anything.
Sure. Make me a strength check. Roll me a d6. Okay, you take 2 points of damage as you rip a couple of your fingernails off, like prying off some scales in haste. These are incredibly strong scales. They're very tough, they're very hard. You think that they would make excellent pieces for armor or a shield. Absolutely. There don't seem to be very many of them that are actually in good condition, though. But you do think that if you spent some time here prying them off, maybe a little bit more carefully, they would be a useful resource if you could find a craftsperson that can make that sort of thing. Do you have a skill that allows you to build stuff?
Yeah, sort of. Well,
Sort of.
maybe.
I'll make you a really big necklace.
I have leatherworking tools.
Leatherworking. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, you think you could incorporate it into some armor or a shield?
These would be useful, guys.
Yeah, but how heavy are they? Like, how are we going to lug them away?
They're pretty heavy, but You're a reasonably strong group of people.
Speak for yourself.
Kids could help.
We're not using the kids like
No, they could practice their spirit arts of supplementing body. It might be good training.
Show them
Surely
some
you
hand
guys
techniques.
were put to work doing stuff around your tribes.
not by strangers.
Also, this is completely nothing to do with them. Also, I think I'm finally getting back in Roll20. I'm not sure what the hell happened
Yeah.
there, but I was having a time.
Mm-hmm. You did just make it back.
Okay, let's see if I'm not lagging anymore. I will make a animal handling check because we're never going to do that. There we go. That's better.
All right. Anybody who would like to harvest these, it'll either be knowledge, nature, or survival.
While they're doing that, could I use this time just to, I guess, look for any indication of like, I mean, I'm not even sure what I'm looking for, just like how it died, I guess. Because
Or
like
make me an Arcana check.
it's a pretty massive
Mhm.
beast, you know. Like it's, I'd be impressed with anything to take it down, let alone something else. Anyway, yeah, I can't. 19.
19. So you can see that this beast was like some kind of lightning spirit, or used some kind of lightning path that it was on previously. There's still like the pathways through like the bone, you can tell, but it looks like the body is like corrupted with earth spirit, so some kind of massive earth ability has like killed it. That's all you can tell.
Okay, cool.
You don't know what did it
You
or
don't-
anything
you
like
don't do
that,
it,
but
but
you
yeah.
can tell that like it should be all sort of lightning spirited, but there's like earth corruption throughout it.
Cool. Interesting.
Well, if no one's going to actually help Rukka, he's just going to climb to the top and kind of pose on the top of it for a second. And imagine he
Really?
defeated it.
Why giant god?
Okay, nice. Make me a performance check. Okay. Make me a dexterity or wait, dexterity saving throw. Oh, that's good. Part of it sort of breaks as you're dancing on the edge of one of these shattered horns, and a bit of it breaks off, and you fall, but you manage to catch on to the edge and just drop yourself to the ground gracefully.
Nice. So I'm learning. Last time I was on a giant, I plummeted.
So I'm learning. Very well. Yeah, so if nobody wants to collect any of the scales, then I guess you can continue going.
I mean, yeah, I'm not too fussed.
Okay.
What you're uncomfortable with your ability to do it yourself, Rukka? Or
I mean, I obviously don't have skill given how badly I hurt myself trying to take one off. So, and I don't really want a shield. I just thought, it could be useful for things. Could sell them.
I guess would it be useful
Look
for a
at just
shield?
say he didn't have the skill for something. Oh my god!
Do you
the
have
character
a-
growth?
Do you have a skill that
Coward.
allows you? Sorry.
Sorry.
Do you have a skill that allows you to make stuff, Kridi?
Probably not. I mean, I've maps, yes.
You
I
don't think it would be particularly useful for map making.
No, shocking then.
But it looks like a fairly hard material. Maybe some kind of armor could be made for it. Probably be pretty good for a giant as well.
Yeah, because I imagine the scales are quite big, aren't they?
They are big. So it's not going to make the
Oh.
most flexible suit. But you did, some of the guys at the sand spiders, they did have like lamella and carapace armor with sort of scales and insect parts, carapace parts in amongst it. So you do think that maybe they might have used this material to make some of their armor?
Okay, so cool. Okay, I guess I'll attempt to see if it's possible to grab one of the scales off it or something. Then
Sure. Make me a survival check.
Rukka will help if someone's going to help with him.
25.
Kridi needs it.
Okay. Yeah, you work out a way to prize these off pretty quickly. You think that if you spend about 20 minutes here, you could get all the ones that are still intact.
Sure, that sounds good. If you
Alright.
want to give me a hand, Rooker, we can do this.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you end up with 40 pounds of scales.
Nice. That's probably going to be for you to carry, Rooker, because I don't think I'm going to be able to carry. At least not all of it.
It's heavy.
Yeah, we can split it up probably between us.
You can certainly carry it, but it's heavy.
It's fine. If we each take 10 pounds, it'll be easy enough.
Yeah.
Unless Åvna or Afanen have a particular objection to it.
I mean,
No.
it's your thing. But
Sure.
if you ask nicely, I'm sure.
I guess
Alright.
we'll just halve it and carry it between me and Rooker then. Easy.
Sure.
Alrighty, so it's what was it called? Like scale plates?
It's a sand serpent scales. 40 pounds of sand serpent scales.
So 20 pounds each.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That was the only thing that notably happened that day. So that night, you can have camp however you would like.
It's time. The time has come.
That's fine. All right. And yeah, I'll just need if you guys are setting a watch or anything like that.
I mean, that does seem logical. It seems very dangerous out here. So it should be a good idea.
And it's a perfect opportunity while I'm on watch to make some jewelry.
That's true. What type of jewelry are you making?
Okay, so I did think about making Rukka a tiara, but I realized his mask would be in the way. He couldn't do it. His mask is in the way.
See,
you just
have to name it something else.
He would love the tiara that I drew for him. But so instead, I want to make him an earring. But it's sort of, I'll send you a photo or a picture of what I drew, but it's sort of one that wraps around the ear so that it doesn't require a piercing, but it sort of like slips over the ear and holds on.
Yep. I gotcha.
Yeah,
it's like
so I want to make
Bajoran earring, but without the piercing.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I want to make one of those, and it's got a little antler on it.
Nice. All right.
I would like to use my poison level 3 poison binding if I can.
You absolutely can. Are you paying any attention while you're on watch, or are you just like making this?
Oh no attention. I'm just making this.
Cool.
I assume that watch
What?
means I just am awake.
Yes.
I mean, that is what you have assumed. That is fine. All right. So, what is the watch order as a side note?
So we all have spells, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's entirely relevant then. Putting on things.
Oh, actually, technically, at the moment, Afanen doesn't have spells yet
Yeah, but
because
but
Afanen is a level 3 rogue.
yes,
and-
but they if they take any more ranger, they'll have some. Yeah, so that's
yeah.
Yep. So in that case, it doesn't really matter. I guess, does anyone have a preference for mornings or evenings?
Not particularly.
I mean, I'll go first if you want.
Oh,
I can,
well, that's it.
I can go
So,
last.
Cool. And then I guess Kridi will take second watch, and then Rukka could take third.
Sounds good.
We should create something that says that actually.
Druid. Åvna. All right. Books are good. All right. So, nothing does happen during this night, but can you make me a skill challenge check, Afanen? I just need 3 jewelry checks from you. Yep. Yep. Okay, and make me one more. Because that was a fail. That's a success. All right. Only one of those is. Oh no, 2 of them. Good. All right. So use the poison binding in it. What type of ability do you want it to have?
What's the coolest thing I can give it with the poison?
The coolest thing.
Yeah, what's the, like
it would allow
I gave
him.
Kitty the climbing one, so
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So, you could give it Mel's Acid Arrow. You know, that's pretty cool.
what does it do? I mean, I trust you, but
It allows him to shoot like a acid attack once per day.
sounds good. Let's do that. Let's give him
Alright.
some range.
He does have a ranged ability.
Let's give
So-
him some acid range.
Okay.
Unless you think there's something else cooler. I trust you.
There's That's outside your level. You could put protection from poison on it.
Oh. I mean, that's kind of cool, but it's a bit. That feels lame. For Rukka, right? Like, Rukka's not a. If it was Rukka designing this, he would be like, give me the attack one. Right?
Yeah, probably.
So I go for attack. Give him acid shooty.
Alright, Mel's Acid Arrow. Sure, so once per day, Rookie, you can spend 2 levels worth of spell points to cast Mel's Acid Arrow using this earring. If you wish to use said earring.
Just wait till till Afanen gives it to you, because you might not
Yeah.
want to use it.
Yep. Anyway, so otherwise, yep, the night passes uneventfully. You awaken in the morning and continue on your journey. Can I get just 2 survival checks if your plan is to continue to the sand spiders?
Yep. Boing. 16.
And 1 more from someone.
Yeah, I can just do it again if you want.
Sure.
Oh, there we go.
Rukka, 10. 10 is a fail. Somebody else.
Another 10.
That's also a fail. Another survival check.
Let's go for the trifecta.
Rukka, let's say you were distracted because
There we go.
Okay.
Afanen kept coming close to you and then walking away again.
You wander around for a while in the desert. You seem to get a little bit lost. Nothing bad happens to you, but yeah, it's actually well past midday by the time you rock into the sand spiders camp just down from the small pyramid. Let's go back there. And you're escorted in to meet with Amir straight away. There's a lot of joy happening in the camp behind you. Carlos runs out to meet with his daughter and picks her up, whirling her around in the air. Yes. There's some backslapping. They seem to be big on that in the sand spiders.
On us or on other people?
Like on you.
Oh,
So they're all like, yeah.
Afanen will definitely be really afraid of them doing that to him.
Yeah. You think it's sort of a weird for a group of people who like follow a path of poison, it seems like a very strange custom. But yeah, that's what they do. They're all yeah, laughing, very happy. All right, and you're brought in to see Amir. Oh, Ben. Sorry, Rukka is back on full HP. As a side note.
Yep.
Cool. So, Amir is in his this is like a very small tower that's here, and he's just sort of standing around. There's no stairs going up or anything like that, but there does seem to be another story above this one. Well, you have returned and you have done exceptionally well. I see. All of my clan returned to me. Marvelous. Marvelous. And you are advanced upon your path. That is incredible. Such a short period of time. I did not think you were so close to the next stage.
We're full of surprises.
Yes. That is certainly true, he says as he looks towards the container of Lifewell water that you have. Yes. Full of surprises and secrets. Yes. Anyway, a reward that I have for you. Absolutely. What would you like? Would you like for a manual to help with your advancement? Although it seems that you don't need one. I thought maybe you would, because you say you don't have a master, but obviously that is not affecting you at all. Would you like but if you would like a technique manual, I could absolutely give you one. I have many from warriors I have defeated. They do me little good. For those that I defeat, do not follow the poison path. So these are non-venom techniques. But also, I could just give you spirit coins, the currency that is used everywhere on the continent, and can help with your own advancement. Or maybe there's something else that you would like from me. Information, safe passage somewhere, me to vouch for you for some reason. Not that you know anybody. Maybe you would like to hold the favor. I don't know. You seem like a fabulous group, and I think that perhaps you are the disciples of a sage, and he has done something to your memories so that you do not realize it, but I certainly would not want to upset one as powerful as that. So, but maybe a favor for him would be something that you would like to hold on to.
Well, that wouldn't do us any good because we don't have a sage.
Yes.
I don't know about the others, but I wouldn't mind help getting home.
Help getting home. Yes. You are from the south,
A long way.
perhaps? Somewhere? The Five Peaks. I don't really know this place of Five Peaks, though. But I could maybe further in the Empire, they might know of that location. Maybe if you headed into the cities. Dragonsteeth is the largest cities in the Wastelands. Obviously, it does nothing compared to the eyes of a true Imperial city, but there are many fine resources there, and a great gladiatorial arena. A lot of fun can be had there. Not much information, though.
They have gates.
They do have gates. Oh, wait. You mean a portal? A
Yes.
real true gate? No. No. Even the Empire itself maybe has a gate? I'm not sure. The great clan that oversees the Empire, they have a gate. They have many gates. Yes. I'm not sure if the Empire has a gate. It might. It is maybe powerful enough. I believe they have a sage. Oh. But nothing in the Wastelands has anything like that. Although, I am sure that there are gates inside the Labyrinth.
Labyrinth?
That's a big dungeon,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes. The Labyrinth is a massive dungeon. It is heretical to talk about it, but not in the Wastelands. Just keep that in mind if you do go inside the Empire. To step foot inside the Labyrinth is death. But, and I guess it's not that different here either, but it's death or fortune. But here we have the pyramids, which are all access points to the Labyrinth. And of course, the greatest access point is the Great Pyramid. It is very dangerous, though. I have warned you before, but I will say it again. It is dangerous, but I almost feel as though maybe your sage wants you to go there. Yes, I know. You don't have a sage, but why else would he put you in the Wastelands, the only place with open access to the Labyrinth? I feel that you have been cast out from whatever lands you come from, and put upon a path. Anyway, that's the only path that I see. Maybe the true path is to go to Dragonteeth and from there work your way into the Empire and make friends with the powerful clans.
Why is it forbidden to go into the labyrinth? You were saying before that.
I don't know. The Empire has lots of rules. We don't have those rules here. They're very stiff. I believe it is the Lord, the Great Lord, the Queen of this continent, who has ruled it so, but she does not care about the wastelands. We are so mana deprived here that whatever she is worried about, I guess these entrances are not that dangerous. Whatever it is beyond me, but she seems not to care about us.
Is there anything
Maybe
supposedly of great worth or value?
absolutely. There's all kinds of things inside the labyrinth.
Is there anything legendary? Anything of myth?
Yes. A few hundred years ago, one of the great clans of the Empire actually gave up all their holdings to come into the wastelands, simply to explore the labyrinth in the hopes of finding their Primarch's weapon that is somewhere within it. Unfortunately, that hasn't worked out for them, and they have fallen rather far. They have been almost expelled from the Empire. They still have holdings there and are still one of the great clans, but they are no longer one of the greatest clans.
How did the labyrinth get created? Do you know?
No. The labyrinth has always been here. I don't know. Maybe there are some great sages somewhere, but they do not spend any time talking to the likes of me, or anybody in the wastelands.
Do you have a myth or a legend about its creation? Surely you do. Things so vast, so great, would not slip through the cracks of the wise ones, the knowledge, the history, the lore, the legends that each of the clans have. What's your lore?
You speak as somebody who comes from an empire or a clan. Well, we in the wastelands, my clan has only existed for part of my lifetime, less than 100 years. There are no great stories within my clan. There is no library. We hold no knowledge of such things, and I myself was but an arena fighter for many years. I have no knowledge to pass on to you. I am not that kind of person. There are many such in Dragonsteeth, but you will not find that knowledge with me. I'm sorry. This is
That's
not
okay.
my area at all.
I was trying to ascertain some possibility as to why the Empire forbids access, because in myth and legend, even though it has grown and it has been warped through generational changes to the words, there is often truth hidden within. That's fine. If you do not have it, then you do not have it.
I know that that is the case within the Empire, and I believe in other lands, but I am not certain. But I've heard it said that the other lands' entrances to the labyrinth are also barred. But that is not the case in the wasteland. Like I said, this is the one place where access to the labyrinth is possible and permitted.
Well,
Guys,
what the rest
I
of you
reckon we
think?
go down there. Labyrinth sounds cool.
Did you want as a reward just something to help us if we do go into the labyrinth? foodstuffs or the like, perhaps supplies.
I think we should personally, I think we should visit. What was the name of the big city? He said it was near here, or at least the city was near here.
Dragon Teeth.
Dragonteeth. I think if we do plan to go into it, I think Dragonteeth, starting there, getting some more information about it, and seeing if we can find some help possibly.
Dragonteeth is in the Empire, though.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
It's the large city in the Wastelands.
Oh, okay. Then yes, that would be much better. Sorry, I misunderstood.
He is. Amir says, "Yes, I'm planning on returning to Dragon's Teeth. My expedition into this small pyramid here is done. I have obtained many bindings that will sell for some excellent coin, and now that I will not have to spend to retrieve my clan's people or expend money on an expedition to make those damn vipers pay, this has been a most profitable expedition. I could offer you bindings. Come with me, travel with me to Dragon's Teeth, join my caravan, and on the way there, maybe you will think of something that you would like from me, or maybe you will decide that you want to hold on to the favor, or maybe you will just want some coin. Coin it always spends, doesn't it? So,
I think that's a good offer. Travel the caravan for a bit. Learn a bit more about this area before we dive headfirst into whatever the labyrinth is.
What's our end game, though, regardless?
Well, Kridi, I guess Kridi would like to talk to you guys about this in private. So I guess that is a conversation that probably should be had not within earshot of.
And that's fair.
Our new friend.
All right, well, let's go and rest anyway, and
But I think we will. Are we accepting the offer to travel with the caravan, though?
Well, when are they leaving?
Yes, Afanen wants those bindings.
oh, we'll leave tomorrow.
So then we've got a little bit of time.
Yep.
Before we have to make a call.
Yes, I think let's I guess let's ask if we can have some time to discuss our options and see what we want to do, and then just head away a bit from the camp and just talk, I guess, and figure out what as a group what we want to do.
All right, so just before we do that, I'm about to disconnect my internet because I'm going to walk past my modem.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I'm going to go make myself a cup of coffee
Cool.
and the like. So I'll be about 5 minutes, maybe a bit longer, when my internet drops out. It did drop out in my game last night after I told them that very same thing. So, and some of the people in that game said, maybe you just have a very strong electromagnetic field. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just cursed.
All that heavy metal poisoning.
Stop it. I'm wearing
Stop harvesting batteries. Come on, man. There's
a,
better ways.
I'm wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt at the moment, so.
Well, there's your problem.
What?
That's what's messing up the Wi-Fi, obviously.
Yeah.
Have you been vaccinated? Maybe that's the problem. 5G.
5G. It's all like 5G. Have you got the third shot? Have you got the third shot?
I'm getting the third shot on Monday. All right.
Yeah.
So I will go and disconnect my internet by walking past it. If I drop out, that is the reason. I will return when I can.
Excellent.
I can use this opportunity to.
While
we're
having a chat, can I use this opportunity to give Rukka his earring?
His earring?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me how that goes.
Afanen's learning. Afanen would like to approach Rukka and like wave to get his attention.
Hey,
And then he's going to produce the earring and hold it out to Rukka.
what's this?
He's going to point to his ear.
Sounds like
Point to your ear.
sounds like Rukka.
he's gonna slowly move it towards your ear, like as if he's gonna put it on for you.
Rukka just continues to look confused.
And then if Rukka allows him, Afanen would like to put it on him.
Oh, it's an earring.
Yeah,
Right.
he's nodding. Yeah, he's nodding.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. I don't have anything. There's lots of sand here. Do you want some sand?
No, he shakes his head. And then he wants to it's gonna look like he's trying to be Spider-Man, but obviously Spider-Man's not in this universe. But he's trying to mime throwing acid. He's trying to tell him, unlike Kridi,
Rock on. Yep,
to think
it
out.
does. It rocks.
Can he tug on Kridi's shoulder and point to the earring?
Pretty
Cool.
did just duck off. Oh,
He's just showing off the earring that he's given to Rukka.
Help me, Kridi!
Sorry, I wasn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
in the conversation. I turned to Rukka and asked, "What's going on?"
I got given an earring. Looks cool, huh?
Nice. It'll probably
Yeah.
do a cool thing too. That's like Afanen is very good at, I guess, enhancing jewelry with abilities.
Ah,
You want to make a Arcana check to
Arcana?
see if you can work it
Yeah.
out?
Absolutely.
Yes, 22.
Kridi knows.
Two
Rukka
from
does not.
Rukka is no, but yeah, Kridi, you're able to work out that this has a poison binding that has been tempered into allowing the bearer to channel their spirit arts through it to cast Mel's Acid Arrow once per day. At
I
the
will
cost
let-
of 2 levels of spell slots. That can be
Yes.
2 first level spells or one
One
second level spell.
I'll let Rukka know that. So yeah, and I will at the same time I'll show off the necklace that I got and explain that it's got spider climb ability that'll let me walk on walls and stuff if I need it.
ooh, that's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
Just so you know, Afanen won't say this, but Kridi's definitely his new favorite person because he seems to understand him when he's trying to say things.
Excellent.
So if you guys leave Amir's building and start throughout the camp, everybody here is like waving you over, talking to you about things if you walk over to them, and like obviously Afanen, it's a bit uncomfortable for you, and as soon as you feel like at all uncomfortable, like some people are sort of talking to you and stuff, Carlos comes over, shoos people away, and it's like, oh please, I've prepared everything at your tent. Follow me.
Oh, you have a tent, fancy.
Afanen will make hot eyes.
And he brings you over. It's the same tent that you've been in before. He says, this was the guest tent. You are welcome to stay here while you're with us.
My internet didn't disconnect.
I hope that you continue traveling with us in the future. But if your paths do separate, always know that you can call upon me. But I'm not sure how useful I would be for such a mighty group of spirit warriors. When we met, I thought that I was more advanced than you, and yet you have returned already surpassing me. It is amazing. And I think the rumors of your master are true. Even if you won't speak of it, that is fine. But know that if you have need of me, you have but to ask.
Kridi will thank him.
Nodding and blushing. Nodding and blushing.
Just nod and blush, boys. Nod and blush.
Nod, blush, nod, blush. It's the Afanen special.
Okay, so inside your tent, there's like a small feast set up. Previously, this tent, it was nice, and there was like some clothes, and there were some pillows and stuff. Now there's like a few more pillows. There's like a really nice some kind of apparatus inside the room. You don't really know what it is. It's got like tubes coming off it, bulbous areas. There's like a bowl of something next to it. And actually, I should say there's two bowls, one of which is open and has stuff inside it that you're not sure exactly what it is, and another one that's like a covered bowl. Yeah. And there's also like a spread of sort of flatbreads and various lizards on sticks.
Fancy.
Delicious.
I guess we will partake of what they've given us while we discuss.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really good. It's so good that you realize that your idea of opening a restaurant a few days ago, that was a bad idea. It definitely would have taken off. This is much better food.
Did we have an
These
idea?
guys should open a restaurant.
Did we think of opening a restaurant? Did we?
Yeah, because you guys hadn't eaten food in like such a long period of
Yeah.
time. The first time you had like real food, you were like, "This is amazing. We're the best cooks ever. We could totally open a restaurant."
Yes.
This is 5-star. This is 5-star right here, guys. We've done it. We're all master chefs.
I'll have to tell you the story of the smoko at one stage.
Does anybody try to check out this thing, whatever this thing is in the room?
I mean, absolutely. It seems weird and unusual, so this is right up Kridi's alley.
Sure. Do you have investigate?
That's a bad choice of phrasing because I thought it sounded like a sex bot.
I do not have investigate. Not learned anyway.
Sure. You can make an intelligence check then.
Cool.
Some experimentation. Try to work out what's going
11.
on.
Not terrible, but not great either.
Okay. It's not great. So inside the bowl that's open, there's like some kind of dried leaf similar to tobacco, you think, by the smell of it and stuff. Inside the covered bowl is like a lighting device, a fire. And yeah, you don't know exactly how to get it working, but you believe that it's like maybe it rolls it up into something for you or something like that. You don't really know how it works, but you're pretty sure that you could just put this in like a pipe and it'd be okay, maybe?
Cool. I guess Kridi won't go a little. Kridi will probably won't go too far without knowing what it is. Like, they are quite happy just to ask someone else rather than do something stupid.
Oh, all right. Well, there are people like constantly sort of walking by the tent, getting a little duck in, maybe waving, especially children. There's like lots of children every now and again, like peeking in from the edges of the tent. So if you want to ask one of them, they are available.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it right now. I think we've got some more important stuff to talk about.
Okay.
So, friends, Kridi says with a bit of a questioning tone, what do we want to do? We seem to be nowhere near our home, and yet we have seemed to be chosen for something greater than most of the people we know. what do we think? What are you guys feeling? What's the go?
I think no matter what happens, we're going to end up in that labyrinth, so we may as well just head there.
I mean, we can not though. That's the thing. We can go to Labyrinth if we want to, but like, I don't know whether it's. I don't think we have to go into it.
I think if we want to get home, we're going to have to.
It seems to be that that not much is known about Labyrinth, or at least not here anyway. I don't know whether if there will be a way to get home through it, or if it'll just be another death trap or whatever.
Yeah, it depends how we're going to get home, where home is. I think those questions are probably more important than just saying, let's get home. Because if we don't know where we have to go or how we can get there, then wanting to get there is irrelevant. So maybe the city is the best bet. Maybe there's more information because we can always return if we find that the only way to get home is through the labyrinth. The labyrinth has been here for millennia. It's not going anywhere.
But we didn't do any research to get here. Like, we didn't even know here was a place.
That's
We
right.
still got here.
That's right. But
Right.
if we want to return to where we came from, we need to know more information. We can't just take the assumption that the labyrinth is the right way to get home. It might send us somewhere else. Or it might not send us anywhere.
So Arthur, who's sort of sitting on your shoulder, just listening to all this, is like, yes, the labyrinth can take you anywhere.
You
See?
know the Labyrinth?
Sorry?
You know the Labyrinth?
Well, that's what they're calling it. Yes. Yes, I know of it. You
Is
met
it-
me in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
But
Right.
That's what they call it, I guess. I mean, would they consider where I was the labyrinth? Maybe, maybe not.
Wait, so
It was all
been
the
in it?
same.
It's some large subterranean structure, potentially also, who knows, some large structure that seems to be all interconnected, built by the same people, persons, or person for a singular purpose, possibly, and that spans continents.
Yes.
See, I reckon Arthur knows more than these guys do.
It's
Or
possible.
anyone in that other city.
It's possible, but it's also possible that there is more information at the city. But
I know so much that I've forgotten most of it.
the labyrinth can take us anywhere, you say.
Arthur is so relatable.
He's mine, hands off. You.
Yes. The labyrinth could take you anywhere. If you were my mistress, the labyrinth would submit to your will in a second. But you are not. The beast could control these things, and you're not there yet. So, I think it'll just be a rundown facility, much like where you found me. Although they seem to say that it's full of spirits or something. I don't know. I guess maybe the trap might have affected the facility.
Your facility was full of spirits.
Whoa.
There was some.
Yeah. Some.
I mean, there's you for starters.
Yes. To
And
be fair, I was a construct who has become a spirit. I'm unique. One of a kind. Except for the other ones that are like me.
there was the greeter.
Yes.
Yeah, well, the greeter's a construct.
But
there was-
those ones,
And boring.
the other ones like you, Arthur, aren't called Arthur. And are not bound to me.
Very true. Also, they're just not so fun. And they don't know music. Because I know music.
Do you want some more spells?
Yeah, I always. Do you have some new ones?
I'll give him a whole person
Ooh.
and a dark vision. 2 level 2. I'll finish my level 2 spells off.
Awesome. Yeah, okay. He's after you cast those 2 at it, he's like, he puts his little hands like on the bottom of himself, wrapped around his underside. I need to sleep now.
And it's disturbingly
just-
vivid because it feels like how I feel after dinner.
And he just drifts back into your neck and then down into your core.
Okay, so whilst he's sleeping off that meal, do we want to head directly into the Labyrinth, or do we still think that there is something to be gained from going to the city?
I think it's still absolutely things going to go into the city. Supplies,
We
you
can
know,
get-
like we
can get
were
supplies
stuck in
here.
our previous indication with nothing, and we only survived because of your spells.
Yes, but we can get supplies from here. I'm sure that they will give us plenty of rations, foodstuffs, and we have more capacity now, I believe, to subsist on our own.
We could sell them these scales too. That could get us some extra stuff beyond what they just owe us for being awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I still think possibly learning a bit more about, at least from the labyrinth in this area, from the city might be good, because they seem not to know too much about it as opposed to just, rumor and hearsay. Possibly there may be some more detailed information there.
Can I make an insight check to just think back to how Amir was talking about, to see if he was being truthful in the fact that he didn't know as much as he was letting on?
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to make an insight check.
Yeah, but I didn't have advantage.
He yeah, I mean, seemed reasonably honest.
Mhm.
You're not certain, but all things being equal, seemed honest.
I mean, yes, the labyrinth is not going anywhere. We can return to it, as I mentioned. Getting back to an entrance may be a little bit more difficult. There may be other factors and factions at play in the city who may wish to thwart us entering or finding information out. My questioning to Amir about the myths and legends of the labyrinth pertained entirely to why it was forbidden to enter. If there is some great power within and this empire wants to hold it for its own to fulfill whatever agendas it wants, then surely information on the labyrinth would either be hard to get or would be watched and carefully monitored. Perhaps people would be dissuaded. There could also be a whole lot of misinformation out there. So
They might see us as a threat.
Exactly. So I have I'm not saying we shouldn't go to the city. I'm hedging my bets here. I'm just trying to put information on the table, so to speak, before we make a decision. What do you think, Afanen?
Bindings are useful. And knowing geography is useful. For Kridi.
Indeed.
It's not particularly useful underground, though, when we end up in the labyrinth.
Yes and no. Because if the labyrinth is adjoining infrastructure that leads from one place to another, knowing where we're potentially going, could be useful.
If we know where we're going, it's not a particularly good labyrinth, though, is it?
But as Arthur said, the labyrinth is what these people call it, not necessarily what it is.
It's a good point. I still think we should go there.
I'm not saying we don't go there, but Kridi is after information, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but information needs to be tempered, or at least the endeavour to gain the information needs to be tempered against those who may not want the information to be available, or false information. Who knows what's out there, and if we appear to obviously be outsiders, anyone will sell us information, right or wrong. I'm for going to the city, at least, I guess, to have a look, to find something out.
I still think it'd be a good spot possibly to acquire stuff to help, not just food and supplies, but also maybe new gear or stuff. Possibly, I don't, maybe I from what looks, actually that's, I should rather than assume. Looking around the camp, like would this seem like a place where they could use, like actually use the scales we got into something useful, or would that be
Yes.
seem like it'd be more of a like somewhere else, I guess.
No, they could use them.
Okay, cool.
You think? They seem to have yeah, there's a reasonable number of people here, and there's certainly someone who seems to take care of the gear. So, yeah.
Again, Kridi uses us very for trying to find out as much as possible before we go off.
New gear, and even the information that we seek will not come freely.
No, not at all.
What do we have with which we can purchase or barter? We don't have much.
No, but possibly we may get some as our reward from the snakes, and possibly be able to do work or whatever while we're in the city. But
Snakes, you mean?
And spiders.
Spiders.
Sorry, yes, sorry. Spiders. My
The
apologies.
vipers are the bad guys.
Pretty
Yeah.
snake.
It's like, are you actually like a double agent? Are you?
I mean, we could just go to the vipers and steal everything from them. That would also be a plan.
But here's the thing: the vipers are just making their living as well, or making their way in a harsh and hostile environment.
Like turning children into slaves.
This area revolves around that, right or wrong, from our perspective.
I mean, if you guys are hell-bent on going to the city, I guess we could be boring and do that, but my vote's for the labyrinth.
Afanen?
City.
Thanks.
City it is then.
Yep.
We'll go to the city. We can always return to the labyrinth, but we need to just be mindful of what we do, I guess, given the fact that Amir was so... His words about the Empire instilling me a little bit of concern.
Yep. Rukka pulls down his mask and rolls his eyes.
I saw that.
It's got eye holes. Okay.
Yeah, like so.
With another binding, I could make you a second earring.
Which would be cool, but I'm sure there's going to be bindings with the stuff that we kill in the labyrinth. It's alright. We'll go.
Regrets.
The other thing is, Amir mentioned that there could be a gate in the labyrinth. And if there is, maybe knowing where the gate is. If there are many entrances to the labyrinth, and remember what Arthur said, where we found him was part of the labyrinth. Maybe they're not interconnected anymore. So maybe if we just go in through the Great Pyramid or even a local pyramid, that's not the best way to get to a gate. Or
Maybe. He also said that we have a sage, so he does talk a bunch of nonsense.
I mean, well, we do have our masters. That is not physically here.
the sage is maybe just his way of referring to those entities that seem to be guiding us. It could be semantics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. In which case, I definitely think we should go to the Labyrinth, but,
I
Like,
pretty
my
agree that the Labyrinth should be probably our goal while we're here, because I don't think a trip all the way across the world is what we want to do, if at all avoided.
pretty sure that my entity will call me some names if I opted to not go straight to the thing. So, but if it's on you guys, then I might be all right.
What if it's on this camel? All right, I think that's the. So,
yeah,
Amir
I think
has offered us reward,
passage.
some kind of reward for what we did for his clan. I think that we should take coin and a little food, because if we're going to go to the city, we will need the coin to get the information, to get the gear, to even just stay somewhere.
Yep.
Anything else, given that the city is our immediate destination, will be pointless. Thoughts? Do you agree?
Nod head.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to get the coin. That seems like the most logical thing. We can go from there.
I'm going to turn Kaylee up.
Sorry.
That's right, I already had you at 200%.
Sorry, I'm sitting too far away from my laptop. Hello. I bring it closer. I was nodding my head. Yes.
Excellent.
So
I can't
as the
see that
conversation
because the
sort of-
camera that I have on you is not working at the moment.
as the conversation is dying down, Carlos sticks his head in. How are you guys going? Do you need anything? Is everything good?
Now's your chance, Kridi, to ask about this thing.
Oh, this thing over here? Well, what do you want done with it? Is there something wrong with it? He walks over, he starts twisting like some bits,
My colleague here,
sort of
my friend
looking
here,
down
Kridi,
some of the tubes.
doesn't know what it is. None of us do, but Kridi seemed to be interested. Did we lose Kridi?
Yes. Perfect timing.
Gritty says, "How does it work? How does it work? How does it work?"
Yeah. It's for smoking.
Kridi's
and so
embarrassed about being called out about not knowing how it works.
yeah. So he'll show you how to set it up, and basically, it's like an 8-person bong, effectively. Yeah.
Cool.
But yep, that is what it is. It's for smoking tobacco.
So it's like a giant hookah.
It is a giant hookah. That is exactly what it is.
Cool.
It's an 8-person hookah. So, yeah, and it's been put into your tent for you guys, and supplied with some reasonable looking tobacco. Yeah, and yeah, that's I hope you guys had a good meal. If there was anything else that I can help you with, I'm right here. So
cool. Well, one cannot smoke at a hookah without Jefferson's Airplane's White Rabbit playing. So do you have that?
We have some music, and Arthur, who's like, the last thing that you felt from him was when you said they think of our masters as sages, there was like some disgust comes from Arthur, but otherwise, you're like getting hardly anything from him. At the mention of music, you feel him like try to rouse, but he gives up.
I must have walked past Oz's modem.
Yeah.
No, what have you done?
All right. Well, I reckon Kridi probably want to have a bit of a toke, so it's fine. All right. No, that's cool. I don't think I have anything else. Carlos, the food is amazing. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Let me take this away then. And so he starts gathering up the platters and stuff. Well, I will see you in the morning. Rest well, heroes.
Thank you.
Nod, blush, nod, blush, nod, blush.
Alright, so he goes off. It's a quiet night in camp. There's like, you can hear sort of quiet celebrations going on from some of the tents. But in general, it's a pretty quiet night. And in the morning you awaken fully rested and happy. Emir comes to see you again, says, "Oh, how are we going today? Are you traveling with my clan back to Dragonsteeth?"
Yes, I think we will. That'd be good. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And have you decided on a reward, or do you want to sit on it?
I think if we are heading to a city, coins.
Yes. I knew you were a smart one. Coins are indeed an excellent choice. Here is a purse for you from my own personal stock. And he hands over this small pouch of coins.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, and so when you open them, these are like really fine spirit coins. There's 30 of them, and they are worth 10 spirit coins each, so they're effectively platinum pieces. You can write them down as 30 platinum pieces.
All right. Well, there's only
and
3 of us here, so each of us gets 10.
and also, I would like you to have 2 items that I made for you last night. This is a most
Hello.
potent... Hello.
Sorry about that. My net dropped out entirely, which was not ideal.
Yes, we understand. Grail teleported across and walked past it. We understand.
It is true, I did.
Clearly, yep. I'm just heading back to the game. Did I miss anything important?
Yeah, you missed
Just
the
what that
gun.
device did, and now you'll never know.
Until I watch it back on the video.
Yep.
Edit it out,
Alrighty, I'm back in.
And yes, these are 2 items that I made for you last night. One is the most powerful poison, and the other, something to protect you from the like.
What are they? Are they balms?
They're potions.
Potions, okay.
Yeah, so one's a poison potion, and one is a resist poison potion, effectively.
Don't get them mixed up.
Yeah, they don't look very similar, to be fair, but yeah.
Alright, cool. And we also got 30 platinum pieces, so 30 special spirit coins.
Correct.
Cool.
High-grade
Sure.
spirit coins.
Or if it is split.
Oh, they've been written on my character sheet, 30, so I got them all. You missed out.
Yep, cool.
No, we'll split them after Ermi leaves, absolutely.
Yep.
Alright. Well, thank you, Amir, but we will definitely be travelling with you.
I also noticed that you have a rather fine spear. I hear that it was the spear of the head of the bandits.
Rukka's carrying that, is he not?
Yep.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
have
it's
a
pretty cool.
collection of such weapons and would be happy to add that to my collection.
I'm sure you would.
Mm.
Are you planning on using it, Rukka?
Man,
If you
Maybe.
would like to sell it, I could trade it for a similar item, the more mundane, or more spirit coins, perhaps. No? Maybe you would like some more poison.
I think I'd like to hold on to it for the moment, actually. I just,
Well,
you know,
of course. As the spoils of the victor,
You've already got.
to you go the rewards.
You got only 2 magic items in the party. God. Greedy little caribou.
Caribou might give it to somebody if they're nice.
Who can? It's a spear, is it?
Yeah, it's a spear.
Okay, cool. Who can actually use a spear?
I carry 2 spears.
Oh, so Åvna just wants a third spear. Who's greedy now?
I actually think I've used a spear maybe once in combat.
Yeah, I think twice actually, but yeah.
That's why I wasn't overly concerned that Rukka took it and I didn't ask for it. What I mean is more along the lines of perhaps if Rukka is wanting, this is just me from a meta point of view, if Rukka is carrying 2 magic items, it's an ineffective distribution of items and perhaps coins would be better. Or, maybe he wants to dual wield them with his rapier.
From the player's point of view, I don't trust that he suddenly wants to buy the magic spear off us. And will probably lowball us, and we're better off selling it elsewhere.
This is true. We don't know the functionality of it, though.
Yeah.
But coins going into a city is better than less coins. So lowballing is fine if you're not overly concerned about getting absolute market value, because getting absolute market value might require you to spend an inordinate amount of time trying to sell it, like 3 or 4 sessions going shopping.
Yeah, but I don't trust him.
That's fair. That's also why I asked about the inside earlier. I don't necessarily trust him as a player either. That's cool.
And, I'd partly forgotten about the spear, which is why I hadn't handed it off to anyone else.
I never
So-
forgot about it, but I don't forget about those things. I'm watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Charisma 5. The way Åvna watches, he's probably walks right up and stares at you.
What are you doing with that?
And then she
Yeah,
gets
but
mad
if
at
you want to
Afanen
keep it for
doing
now,
the
that's
same
fine.
thing.
We'll worry about it later.
The hypocrisy.
Is there anything you want to do
There's
while
no
you travel with
hypocrisy.
these guys to Dragonsteeth?
Look
Dragonsteeth.
at the bindings.
Sorry, what are you doing?
I just wanted to look at what bindings he had because he said he had some cool bindings
He does,
that he was taking to sell,
but you took coins.
Yeah, but, I just was going to look at them. We got coins.
Yeah. Sure. He's got a selection of level 3 bindings that he thinks are sort of appropriate for you guys' levels. He mainly has shadow and spirit ones.
Ooh, shadow.
But he does have a smattering of other ones. Certainly poison, acid, life, blood.
Cool. I just thought I would.
Yeah. There seems to be a lot of bindings. He doesn't necessarily keep them all on himself, but there is a few spirit smiths in the camp, and they have bindings as well.
I wish I hadn't yet given Kridi the necklace I could show it off. My masterwork.
I mean, you can have it back if you really want. If you're going to ask for it back.
No, never. I'm never talking to you again. What are you
yeah,
talking about?
yeah. That sounds like something deeply that you would not do. Oh,
Rukka wants to entertain some kids, pull faces.
oh
Distract.
god, because it worked so well last time.
Nice. All right. Sure. Entertain some of these children.
So make sure the other two get the 8.
Pull
The
faces. Make
further
sure
from
that I'm like,
average it is, the better the performance. Let's go. Did you just roll a 3? Yes, excellent. No, that's fantastic. That's like slapstick. Kids love that. They're just eating up you failing. You're like bombing bad, but you're bombing in like just an amusing way. You keep trying to do stuff like physical feats and just failing. You're like the, stumbling clown. Yeah, they love it. They're like all for this, and you start really getting into it. So much so that roll me a d4. You manage to deal yourself 3 damage as you smash into the back of one of the carts.
Nice.
worth it.
But you can have d6 inspiration for cheering the kids up, and the people in the caravan, yeah, they're like paying attention as well, smiling.
Nice. Sounds like they'll remember me.
That's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll see.
I'm I've taken the oath of glory. It's a good thing.
Yep. I guess Kridi would like to see if they could talk to someone about the scales. Probably the person in charge of the equipment and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And just
sure.
see-
There's a
and
soul
see
smith.
what they could be like if they're actually any good, or if they're just are these worth anything, or is there much better stuff we could get essentially. I just want to know what I'm working with here.
Okay, so this is like a wizened old lady. She has two bindings that have been like woven together to create additional limbs that are like strapped to a harness or on her back, and she has these big pincer claws. You can recognize them from the giant scorpions. So she's got like an extra set of arms underneath her top arms that
cool.
snap and grab at things. And she says, yes, I'm very busy. Put them on the table. She grabs them with her claws and spills them out over the desk. She starts sorting through them very quickly, and you see behind her. Oh, you see behind her this this floating construct just sort of appear and look over the items and starts speaking to her. She nods. Yes, these are fine. They're a bit old. Fresher would be better. I can use them. Yes. 2 bindings or 40 coins. That's what I can do for you.
This is for the all 40 scales.
Yes, for the scales.
Yeah, cool. Did you want them to do anything in particular, Rukka, or are you happy to just sell them?
No, happy to sell them.
Yep, cool. I guess I'll just get the Is anyone actually? I guess does anyone else actually use bindings apart from Afanen at the moment? Afanen at the moment.
Yes, anybody who has a crafting skill can use bindings.
You mean Afanen?
Afanen, sorry.
Afanen. You can use
I need to
bindings.
fucking write my names down.
You can use bindings in potions yourself. You can use them in launches.
I can make healing potions.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got proficiency in healer's kit, and I already have components to make some potions.
Yeah, so you could get vitality or blood bindings, which would be good for potions.
That said, I still think coins are going to serve us better, given what we're intending
Now,
to do.
yeah, and because we seem to be, I guess we can. We have proven that we can get our own bindings if needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. I'll just take the coins then.
All right, 40 coins. That's 40 GP.
Yep, cool. I guess, and I'll hand that out. I guess. So the platinum's worth 10 per gold, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just 10 gold each.
I was gonna say I was gonna try and balance it out.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, fair, cool. Just yeah,
I'm
10
sure.
gold each.
I'm sure if we need to, we can help each other out.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you never know with Rukka.
I'm sure if we need
The fucking hoarder.
I'm sure if we need to, the other three of us can help each other out.
Cool. So add 10 GPAS or bindings to your totals, and remove the scales if you've got them. If you still have them on your sheet.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. And then I guess while I'm talking to her, does she have like anything to sell? Because I would quite probably like a shield or something that would be nice.
Yeah, she can sell you a shield, standard market value. Actually, she'll give you a discount. She'll give you a 20% discount. Because she likes you guys.
Welcome back. You've got 10 spirit bindings. It's not bindings, coins, normal ones, because we just sold the scale plates that we had.
10
Sick.
GP.
So just copper ones?
Gold.
Gold.
Gold. Whoa.
Regular ones. How much is a shield worth?
Oh, not much.
Yeah, I think it's 10. Yeah, 10 gold. Okay, so how much
8
discount
gold.
do you say? 8 gold. Yeah, sure. I will buy that. Absolutely.
She'll sell you any mundane equipment at 80% of its value. And by mundane, I mean, not full plate.
Yes.
Or half plate. She doesn't have that either.
I don't think it matters if she did have it. We don't have the coins for it.
No.
Also true.
She could have a shop full of it, and we still couldn't purchase it.
Very true.
Excellent.
If
Excellent.
that is the
That'll be
case,
all I need.
I might actually
Well,
buy some
now-
armor.
Yeah, you're going to buy some armor from her?
I might do.
Alright.
Since I have naught, and I get hit far too frequently. Although I don't have, actually, as a druid, what armor proficiency do I have? I can have light and medium.
Light medium.
Hmm.
As long as it's not made out of metal.
Yeah, I know that. Non-metal
that's pretty standard for.
Non-metal has been in existence for druids since 1st edition. In that case, I might get some hide armor and a shield.
Okay, so this is mainly sort of some type of reptilian skin more than like the hide that you're sort of expecting. There's no sort of massive furred beasts in the wastelands, although there are boar, so I guess maybe some boar hide is mixed in amongst it. But it's a lot. It's different from obviously where you come from. There's less fur.
Right, so that will cost 16 gold all told. Cool. Let's not put you in armor because stupid Americans. Hey, now my armor class is actually 16.
Solid.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with my shield. I don't think I'll need anything else for now. How about you two? Do you guys need anything while we're here? Or would you guys like anything?
Maybe I should get a shield because dueling is only no other weapons, so a shield would probably be sensible.
Dueling works with shields.
Yeah, I'll grab a shield too.
Okay. She sells you another shield. Are you done? Get out of my shop. You're wasting my time. I'm not a merchant. I'm here to make stuff.
Then why should she call it a shop?
Because that's what they call them. It's the shop. They don't sell stuff. They make shit.
It's like the workshop.
Yeah, it's like any mechanic or woodworker or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, we still probably want to also get some food at some stage.
Yeah, I'm saving most of my money.
I have half a day's worth of rations. Plus, I have the centipede fat block. Oh, I have
Yes,
I have a level 1 shadow binding.
Mhm.
What is that?
What can you
called?
do with it? Any level 1 sort of illusion spell, some enchantment spells. If you choose anything from outside of those lists, it's going to be weakened, but otherwise, yeah, one of those abilities, basically. So you could make it a launcher, in which case it casts it for free once, or you can make it into like a proper item, in which case it
That's
allows
all right.
you to.
If it's illusion and enchantment or that kind of stuff, you know,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go. It might be something that Afanen wants, so I'll give it to Afanen. She can, or he can determine what he wishes to do with it. So
Okay.
there you go. I'll give you this level 1 binding I got from the shadow.
I hope so. The look of joy on Avanen's face you have not seen since the awkward ring encounter. He definitely sees this as a reciprocation and a mending. He's very excited.
Sure. Okay. Yep. Well, you know.
So
Okay.
that's things like color spray, disguise, stealth, distort value, illusionary script, silent image. Yeah, that's it.
But yes, it's all yours.
He'll even say thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Cool. Otherwise, it was going to sit in my backpack probably for the rest of the campaign. But yes, you've been making lots of things, so I'm sure you'll put it to good use.
Hey, Kridi, do you have any idea why the chieftain dude would want this spear so badly?
Because he likes. Oh, like, what does it actually do? Do you know? Like, do you know why it's special?
No.
Can I attempt to figure out why or how it's magical? I guess.
Yep, you've already done so. So
Oh,
this
okay.
item is made out like of a type of metal that disrupts the spirit arts, and it also like does damage to spirits. So, for example,
Killing it
it's
destroys it straight away.
yeah. So if you destroyed a creature using it and only it, then a remnant wouldn't form from the body, for example.
There you go. That's probably why one of the reasons why they would like it, because it is quite a useful weapon, I guess.
And from
Well, the
Especially
metal
with
is
the villain.
useful that's used inside it.
Yeah,
from a meta point of view as well, he might just like collecting things. I have
that's true.
I have over 60 actual role-playing systems that I own in physical form. And I'm always buying and adding new
No
things.
comment.
I got some pretty esoteric and weird ones too. They're not including all the ones I have in PDF.
No comment.
Do you have powers and perils?
I don't think so.
Man, myth, and magic?
I have mayhem and violence.
Mm-hmm.
They're terrible systems.
I have an RPG called Zero, which is a really cool little system, but it is so rare that even the guy who wrote it, like, I posted a photo of it, that he's in a group one time on Facebook, and he went, "Oh my god, someone actually bought that game." Anyway, it's a very cool transhuman game. I should run it sometime.
Yep. So, yeah. Other abilities that you might like with a level 1 Shadow Binding would be things like Bless, Charm Person, Command, Compel Jewel, Dissident Whispers. Yeah. Sleep. Anyway. So, yep, you continue to travel with the caravan. Meals are supplied to you. And after about a week of journeying with the caravan, does anybody want to do anything during this time?
I'm going to go through, if there's nothing else is happening crazily during the day, or each of the days, I'm going to go through and cast pretty much as many spells as I can towards Arthur.
Okay, I assume that uses all you. Yeah, you must get through everything in that amount of time then.
So yeah, for a week, so it's 28 spells of first level. And yeah, so that would be absolutely everything. And 21 spells of second level.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
my whole lists.
yeah, by the end of the week, he has learnt Knowledge Arcana, and he has also learnt Music. They are the two skills that he has decided to learn. So yes, now he has them. You can always use his knowledge. So if you're making like if you want to make a skill check, you can make those skill checks. That is the bonus of Arthur.
As though I was proficient in them.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to make something with that binding I got given, but I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm still drawing it.
They're terrible skills. Because music would work off performance, so it's, even with being proficient, I'm still negative.
Yep.
And Arcana works off intelligence, which is only a 0. So that gives me a +2. And we have Kridi for that.
Yep.
Yes, well, at some point maybe you might have to think for yourself.
But that seemed to be the abilities that were gone down. So, and also the way he develops along those abilities don't necessarily reflect the first tier. So
that's fine.
Yep.
That's fine.
All right. So yeah, basically there's a week of travel.
Just actually, well, I just wanted to ask. So, like, you spoke about how, like, with the old lady was creating water, it was very, very slow.
Yep.
Slow process and stuff like that.
Yes.
The create or destroy water first level spell, like, is that essentially what they were doing, or is it something, a different version of it?
A different version, but it is very similar to create water. Yes.
Okay, cool. Because essentially what I'm thinking is, if it's that difficult to create water, I seem to be able to do it easier, so I could do that and help them along the journey as opposed to having them do it. I don't know, I'm just asking, like, whether I would be much better than any of them would be, or whether it's just something that they normally do anyway.
You would be much faster at it. You would create way more water. Oh wait, sorry, what spell are you using?
Create or destroy water. You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube.
Yeah. You would create way more water than them. But the thing is, like, it's also the practice of their ability. So maybe they would do something else instead. You can certainly try it one day and see how it's received.
Yeah, like I would just I guess what's their routine? Do they just make enough water each day for the day? Is it so they do it every day? Is it like they make it once and leave it for a few days, or what's the?
No. They make enough water for each day basically, and a bit spare.
Okay, cool.
I can cast it as well. So
Yes, no, like that's what I'm saying is one day I would go up and offer it to, I guess, essentially just do it for them and then have them save their energy or whatever. And see how that goes. Like if they don't want your help, that's fine. But
so yep, you use create or destroy water. It's just the wasteland is like a terrible place to cast this spell, and it's just not as effective as it normally is. But yeah, you still create way more water than they normally do. But yeah, you only create like 5 gallons of clean water, but that's still a lot more than they do in a fraction of the time. And they are greatly impressed by it. Nice.
Also, we had the potion of poison, the potion of resist poison.
Yes.
Who ended up with those?
That's a good question. Who wants them?
So the potion of poison, is it a potion or is it an oil? Is it one that you apply or one that you imbibe?
It's one you apply.
So that would most likely be more beneficial for Afanen or Rukka,
Absolutely.
who are more likely to be going to hit things in melee or sneak up and stab them.
I think Avan should take the poison one because that seems very much the way they're going and useful to their interests.
You say
And
it's toxic.
Pardon?
You tell me. That's just a joke.
And Rukka should take the resistant one because I'm sure they'll be the one to get into stupid situations and need poison resistance the most out of any of us.
Right.
Or possibly just being the one in front and taking the hits.
You guys okay with that?
Although, I would put it to you that Rukka not having it would probably be more likely for it to get used on him than if he had it. So even if he got poison,
you'd forget about it.
I'd forget about it, and I don't think Rukka's immediate reaction would be to take the antidote.
It's not really an antidote. It's something
It's
you
not
do
an
before.
antidote. It's resist poison.
Yeah,
So
something you do.
You would drink it
You
beforehand.
would rethink that.
Knowing that you're going to go in and fight the giant spider, you'd drink it before you engage.
no.
And we would remind you probably before that happens anyway. So
All right, then. He'll take it.
Right,
But
so
Be it on your heads to remind him.
Afanen gets the oil of Taggart.
Yeah.
Do we have an Afanen?
hello.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Just quiet.
Yes. We're giving you the poison or the applied poison,
Yeah, I got it.
so you can use it on your weapons and stuff. There we go.
I just remember
So I could like dip my dagger in it and then poison.
Or your arrows.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. It was the strongest poison that he could make.
Nice. It's a pretty good poison. Unconscious is a
incredibly
strong
good poison.
effect. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes. It's what his clan's good at, so, to him it's not worth that much. Yep. And he doesn't sell it to people for an obvious reason.
the venomous hedgehog.
Yes.
Now,
Man, that's a serious dilemma.
Now he definitely is an hedgehog.
You will all be eating your words when this saves us.
Okay, so in 7 days, you rock up before the vista of Dragonsteeth. This is a massive city, okay, and it sort of wraps its harbour around the edge of this inland sea, or whatever this is, giant lake. Sitting on the shores of, we're just going to call it an inland sea because that's what it is the Great Pyramid, okay? And part of the city lies in its shadow at this time of day. You can see multiple gates into the city, and from the overlook that you're on, you can see probably the biggest building inside the city is some kind of massive coliseum. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it just sort of looks like a, think desert city. There's like the city itself is sort of built on a slope going up away from the shore, and on the high ground you have sort of, mansions. Well, vistas would be better. Let's say vistas. Yeah. And then as it moves towards the docks, more and more warehouses and slum. Yeah, there's nothing outside the walls of the city. Everything is inside it. Yeah. And sort of you roll into the city in the next couple of hours. The gate guards are pretty relaxed. Up above you on the walls, everybody can make a perception check. As you pass through the gates. Rukka, you see a man who spends much too much time on his appearance. Beautiful, long, flowing, golden hair. He must have spent hours this morning to make it perfectly flowing in the breeze, no hairs overlapping. And then he's gone. But he was there watching you.
Directly watching us?
Yes, he watched the caravan roll into town, and you believe that he was watching you.
Well, we probably stick out.
Did anyone else see Golden Boy?
Who?
Damn.
Blonde-haired hunk up there. Watching us.
No, I did not.
Well, we've been seeing.
I mean, I imagine we went past the guards too.
Well, yeah, but we were being directly watched as opposed to just generally guarded.
Are you sure he was not just checking you out?
I mean,
You
that
are-
is also possible,
You
but...
are an incredibly handsome man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Those massive cogs.
And you know what they say? Once you go caribou, nothing else will do.
Let's put you on Dragon Teeth.
Oh, God. I'll see myself out.
Ooh. Is this the big map you were putting dwarves on?
No.
Oh.
Oh god, no. This map's tiny. Is it fine?
Oh no. Wait, where are we?
Oh, I haven't put you on the map. Dang.
Oh.
Let's grab you guys. You don't need to move around. This is just for ambience, unless there's a
Ambient,
fight,
yeah.
in which case I will stick you in the bazaar. Why have you guys all disappeared? Oh, I see. I moved you to the top of the list.
Because Rukka made us all paranoid that we were being watched by Fabio.
This is a real problem.
Are we on the wrong layer?
No, I've gone into a different game. I have characters from a different game. Why? No. Give me the actual characters. I have Alan's character from a freaking different RPG. Okay. I'll just get you from a different map. That's annoying.
That has happened to me. I tried to open Valley as a different map, and I ended up going into a different game. It's like, how'd that work?
Yeah, I know. Like, I've got the right map. Like, but all my tokens are for a sci-fi that I ran. That's not very helpful, guys. I don't think I want all the people in power armor.
Mid-campaign
I'd
character.
love some
that's
power
right.
armor. Let me just multi-class into Artificer real quick.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you guys have no, that's not it. Okay, whatever.
Come, you want
Okay,
you want
okay,
power
I've
armor,
got you back.
You gotta
I've
get
got you back.
Traveler.
Because yeah, this is what I. Okay.
You gotta have the MPMG.
Was like, yeah, I can put this guy out here. All right, how about some of these? We need some cyberpunk people. How about some Johnny Fives? Let's go. Anyway, those guys don't exist.
Yet.
Yep. So this is the city, and sort of down at the base of the map, you can see the edge of the ziggurat or the pyramid, which is more accurate.
Down here.
Down here.
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so this is a bustling town. Stuff is going on here all the time. You can see there's a number of bazaars going on. Amir farewells you sort of at the gates. We have a compound over in that direction that we're going to. You are welcome to stay with us, but there is, of course, inns in the city that you can use. He is fully healed. He just has never updated his HP.
Yeah, that was me basically asking Rukka why hasn't he done it. Do it now. That's the anal retentive DM in me coming out.
Because we
and
haven't
yeah,
rest, we just had a week, so
yes, you've been awake for a week, and it's terrible. Your eyes, they burn. Yeah, so what would you like to do in this town? Where would you like to go? What are you looking for?
Just possibly maybe a
Welcome,
good-
traveler.
a
Are
good
you looking for a guide, perhaps?
spot to finish.
I can show you the sights. You seem to be warriors of some renown. Maybe you wish to travel to the Labyrinth? I can show you the way.
Who is this talking to?
Just some guy at the gate.
Oh,
Small fee. Very cheap.
labyrinths is just in the ziggurats, aren't they? Go in
Yes.
and go down. Yeah,
Ah,
so we can find them.
there may be more to it than that. Look, I'm cutting my own throat telling you this. But some paths are better than others. And I know the right one. The right one for you.
He started off Arabic and went French and then became Russian.
Yes.
Alright. I think we need to find some accommodation.
It's because he's cut his own throat dibbler. He's all of them.
We need to find some accommodation, I believe. Don't you guys? Is that right? To start with, and I guess Kridi can go start looking for information.
Yep, Rook is going to walk with the spear out, like in his hand, and use it half as a walking stick.
All right.
He's happy for people to know that he has this spear.
Okay.
That is how you would walk with a spear. Either that, or you'd be putting it over your shoulder and accidentally scalping people when you turned around.
Well, it depends on how long the spear is, I guess. If
Is
it's a short spear,
are weapons carried openly like around here?
Yes.
Yep. No, I
Absolutely.
figure. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, everybody. In fact, in general, because weapons are part of many paths, they are actually carried. Like they're, yeah, because some people's paths don't involve weapons. Like
Yeah.
there's like a lot of monks in the world, you know, and it wouldn't make any sense for like, what are you going to do? Handcuff all the monks? Like, yeah, do you put collars on all the mages because they're going to fireball people? Like, it's too common for there to be some people who would be like crippled without their weapons, and other people who would be like, okay,
Totally
you took their
unaffected.
weapons away, thanks. Guess they're easy to murder now. Yeah. There's too many there's too many people who can like summon weapons, or you know, those sort of things. So
Yeah.
in general, it's not really controlled.
So accommodation is what we're going to look for.
Sounds like a good start. Although, were we welcome with the spiders or?
Yes, Emil welcomed you to stay with him if you wished.
Did we not want to
thought
say
he'd
that?
leave you in the city to check out what you wanted. If you wanted.
If you want to find
some guys
information,
around.
would it not be best to be by ourselves? Especially if the spiders have potential rivals, etc. It might just limit what we can get access to.
and
Yeah,
worst case, we
that's
can
fine.
rock up to them after dark and say, "Hey, we couldn't find anywhere. Can we stay here now?"
Yeah. That's fine. I just wanted to ask if we had any preference.
I'm just trying to look at it from what we and you in particular are hoping to achieve here, and I would think it would probably be better.
That we're not associated with anybody. Yeah.
Yes.
Just in case. Yep. Fair enough. That sounds entirely smart.
Yes, you are looking for a place to stay. That is most wise. Look, I have a lizard on a stick, only 1 day old. Very good. But I know a place. Very cheap. 2 silver a room. 1 night. Yes?
This is the same guy that's been following us.
Absolutely. I can do a deal for you. All of you, 8 silver. 1 night.
I think we should not interact.
Does he know a Nigerian prince?
A Nigerian prince, you say? Maybe. I could find out about him.
Do you know
give me an hour.
a blonde man with flowing locks?
A blonde man with flowing locks? No, I would have seen someone like that. I don't think there's anybody like that in town.
Okay, this guy's useless.
Or colorblind? Or both?
Yeah, I think we should find our own way. Certainly.
Okay. You're cutting your own throat. I'll see you guys later. If you want me, I know they're around the gates. Very good lizard sticks.
Is that your name, Lizard Sticks?
You will not regret them. Sorry?
What's your name?
Dibbler.
Dibbler. Sorry, now I can't think of anything but Dwayne Dibley. Dwayne Dibley!
Also a great character.
Fantastic character.
Throw it! Mm-hmm. All right. So you leave him in the dust and continue into the city proper.
Who did we leave in the dust?
Dibbler.
Dibbler.
Dwayne
He's
Dibbler.
Yeah,
just
the creepy guy at the gates.
looking
hoping
forlornly after you. He's
be
got like
funny.
a little tray with a bunch of lizard sticks on it.
Let's get off.
He seems pretty upbeat. He turns around and continues to harass the guards. Only 1 day old. Eh? Eh? You know you want one. Yeah, so you continue into the city. There's all kinds of stuff for sale. What type of you can see sort of straight away there's like a lot of signs posted. Everywhere that you look seems to be a shop front. You're obviously in a commercial district area is what you've come into. There's market stalls everywhere, just slapdash up against things, selling pots, wicker baskets, various goods. There are services for sale as well. There's like this group of young girls who are wearing, it's not like a robe, but some vague uniform, fairly tattered, but they're old but well repaired, I guess is what we will say about them. And you can see them walking up to people and asking them questions. And as you guys sort of stand overlooking the first bazaar that you've come across, one of them comes up and greets you and offers you a small doll that's obviously been handmade. Not particularly well, but it's just like a little doll, and it's as you look at it, you realize it's like meant to be one of the gate guards. And it's like a little miniature gate guard. Welcome to the City of Dragonsteeth. Could I show you around? Perhaps you're looking for a place to have lunch and discuss things. I can guide you for the day. My service is but the cost of a meal.
How much does the meal cost?
Whatever you eat, I would like just one portion of that.
I have
So
a
however
centipede
much you're willing to. Sorry.
centipede fat block.
Do you actually get that out? You're like, centipede black fat block. That's what I'm eating.
No, not at the moment. I'm going to hold that for a special occasion.
I thought Åvna was going to get out the good berries.
Yes, just whatever you're eating. If I could have a portion of that, that would be all I am looking for. Maybe a tip if you find my service particularly pleasing. Yes. What can I help you with? Can I help you with anything?
Kridi.
I'm looking at Kridi, yeah.
Why?
Do you really want Åvna to be the face?
I would like Rukka to be the face, the one who actually has some decent charisma.
Rukka doesn't want to be here, remember?
I'm aware, but he still can help out.
So, all right. Look, there's a few things.
All right.
These nerds want to know information about the labyrinth and how to get in and what dangers there are and what we might need to go about it. And I'm looking for a blonde guy with flowing golden locks.
You find him down at the dock.
A blonde guy with flowing golden locks. There was a man who visited us 2 days ago who had the most beautiful hair that I have ever seen. Blonde, long. Very generous, sir. He took 3 of us out for an entire day and sent us enough food in a bucket to feed all of the girls.
And
Him? I don't know where he is, but if you're lucky enough to meet him, he seems to like carrots quite a bit.
And where did you meet him originally? That might give us an idea of where to start looking.
He fell off a roof in front of Karen. And that's how he stumbled into our lives, I guess, for a day. It was very strange.
What an entrance.
He
Thank
fell
you.
off a roof and, yes, crushed a very unpleasant person. It was quite surprising and quite funny. Serendipitous, even.
Well, perhaps you could, now that you've given me that wonderful information, you could show these guys some places to look to do some research and boring kind of stuff.
Uh,
Are you really gonna go off by yourself?
No, I'm going to follow. I
Okay.
just,
I was gonna say splitting up is probably not the best idea right now, but I'm sure we would appreciate the assistance. As I turn towards.
There are certainly books on the Labyrinth and places that you could research them, none of which are available in Lowtown. But up in the Vistas, absolutely. If you have a patron, many of the houses, I believe, up there would be willing to talk to you, my lord. You obviously have come from the wilderness, and it looks like it's been pretty rough. I see that you have a viper spear, so I hope that you, you don't look to be vipers, and you don't seem to have any slaves with you. So I'm guessing that you killed one and took this from them. Maybe, I hope.
Exactly.
But we don't really leave the city, so I can't guide you to the labyrinth or through it in any way, but I can tell you about it. Things that you'll need, the way that it acts, the types of monsters there. These are all tales. I have never been in the labyrinth myself, but I believe that they are true. And I can show you a lovely place to get dinner. I can show you some of the sights. I can take you to the arena. I know a fight master there, so I could have you sign up. I could also get you seating in the arena if you would like to see a match. I can take you to a nice inn or a nicer brothel. But what is your pleasure?
I'm sure these guys would be more than willing to pay for dinner for all of us and yourself while you tell us some of the stories, because that's more than we had.
Yeah, I think that doesn't sound too bad, honestly. Like, does Kridi sense that this is all like, I guess, like she's being truthful, right? She's not trying to deceive us or anything. What impression do I get?
Would
Yeah,
you make an
rolling
insight check
inside.
for me?
Yeah.
Uh,
Cool. Well, Kridi has no fucking clue, but
Pretty thinks
no, mate.
she talks like a child, and you haven't spent much time around those. Åvna believes that she is pretty excited by getting to eat a meal first before delivering on any services, and she looks pretty hungry. She said that it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago that she ate a bucket of carrots. So, yeah, she would like a good solid meal. If you're willing to spend like half a silver on her, she's pretty excited about it.
Let's do that then.
All right, so she takes you
Let's get her a full bucket of carrots.
to.
I'm sure there's probably some nice.
Orange.
She
Something
takes
nice.
you to like a
Yes,
small
the proper meal would be
cafe
nice.
type area, and here she orders sangrias for everybody, and there's like one of the people there is like arduously like out the back. You can see them like changing thin sprays of water into ice and making like shaved ice for the drinks. And there's like fresh fruit, and here there's sort of like this big bowl of fruit salad where everybody gets like a big scoop of this fruit salad, covered with like a bit of shaved ice that then has some liquid poured on top of it. Yeah, just a afternoon meal.
Fruit salad, yummy, yummy.
Some
Yep,
kind of
you can
sweet
tell the
nectar
parents who
and
found
ice
that amusing.
shaving.
What, that's sorry, Ben?
You can tell who the parents are by the ones who found that amusing.
Mm-hmm.
Rukka's going to try and sit somewhere so he can watch the rooftops as they eat.
All right. Sure. Make me a perception check. 18. Yep. So, you watch the roofs for a while, and you think maybe for a second there's like something on one of them, but no, it's not the blonde-haired man. Who knows where he is?
How much
he's doing.
does the meal cost for her and us?
It's going to cost you 2.5 silver, so 2 silver and 5 copper.
Okay, I'll pay for it.
And it's just incredibly refreshing. You just it's so relaxing here. There's like a small item against one of the walls that's enchanted to like push air, and it just sort of, it's not going very fast or anything like that, but it just, that gentle brush over you is quite nice. You're far enough from the shore that you're not getting any sea breeze where you guys are, but this is sort of an imitation of that.
Sorry,
What
just
would
as
you
a
like
heads
to
up,
see next?
I'm going to have to leave somewhat soonish.
It's almost midnight.
Yes, as long as we might. Just as a heads up, if you want to end somewhere, but I'm happy to keep going until midnight if you need, if you want to.
Yeah, I just want to know where you guys want to go next week, basically. Tell me if you're going to go into the labyrinth. Or if you're going to do something else.
I guess it depends how much information we can ascertain and how long it takes us to get that information.
I feel like knowing. Yeah, we'll spend at least a session probably in town, maybe a bit more depending on what we do. But this seems like a look. Kridi is very impressed with this place and would love to spend more some time here just in general. Like the arena sounds pretty cool.
Åvna doesn't like it at all. Åvna would rather be back out in the
It's
tundra.
too hot.
Yeah, back out in the tundra.
Yep.
Too many big buildings, too many people, too much dust, too much heat.
Oh yeah, there's so many people. Way more people than any clan has.
Yep. That said, if Rukka wants to go and have a set 2 and a barmy in the arena, I guess Rukka can do that. Might mollify his lust for battle somewhat, and adventure and glory. Other than that, I don't know. I guess we find. Will we go into the labyrinth?
Kridi is absolutely ready to just have a tour of the city and at least try and find and spend a bit of time here. But
if we,
that's good.
We could go into the labyrinth, I guess, but I don't know if we will.
Rukka's more interested in working out who this spy is.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't particularly want to go into the gladiatorial pits because they said that that's where they sell slaves, so he'd be fighting against slaves, and that just doesn't sound very...
That's the pits, not the arena.
Same thing in his brain.
Well, as you're discussing this over lunch, the guide who's with you says, "Oh, there are many different types of fights in the Colosseum. You can fight against beasts. You can fight as a group, one-on-ones, challenges, bouts of honor. There's a grand melee once a year, but you've missed it by a few months. Yeah. There's all kinds of things. Even sorcerer's duels sometimes within the bounds. No physical contact fights. It's interesting. Very colourful.
So, I guess that's it. Will we go in? Maybe. Probably not, though. It depends how many roadblocks we hit. Both put up by the infrastructure and the NPCs and our ineptitude.
And ourselves, yeah.
But I think first and foremost, after we've had our meal, we need to find accommodation.
Yes, I can absolutely take you to a lovely place. Where would you like to stay?
Somewhere that is not too cheap, but also not expensive. We don't want to be rolled in the middle of the night, but we don't want
well priced and clean.
But we don't want to be rolled by the proprietors.
Absolutely.
With a lock on the door.
A lock on the door. Okay. Sure. What about a bar on the door? Is that good enough?
I was going to say, a lock's a common thing.
Yeah.
Would we have any locks in our tribes?
Somewhere that we can secure the door from our side of the room.
There are locks in your tribes. They're just really rare.
Yeah, but this is we're in a different world.
Yeah. There are locks, but bars are like more common. That's all.
Yep.
So you've changed like the quality of inn by being like locks on the door. That's all that she's interested in. She just wants to know if you have to have locks or if bars are good enough.
No, bars fine. When I said
yeah.
lock, I did. Yeah, I meant secure as opposed to a lock.
Absolutely, yes. Yep, she does know a place. In fact, she knows a place that would be just perfect for you. She knows a family that sometimes rent out a series of rooms. They're not like a proper inn, but this way you'll be the only people staying with them.
That'd be great.
It's Airbnb.
No other travelers.
Less
chance for crime.
Perfect,
let me take you to them. They're a lovely couple.
Except for the fact that the couple are in organised crime.
Yeah. Except they're cannibals.
Yeah, no.
No, we're not playing Ravenloft. If it was Ravenloft, there'd be cannibals. And they'd be the good couple in town.
There's cannibals. There's cannibals in the valley somewhere. You've met one.
What, Willowbroad?
Farsh eats fucking people all the time.
And she's in the party.
Yeah, she's in the party, exactly. Sentient creatures, delicious. Yes. Okay. So, that's you have found a place to stay. She gets you a deal, so a silver piece a night, but you need to stay there for at least 3 nights if that's where you want to stay.
All right.
So it's 3 silver minimum, but that gets you 3 nights.
Is that per person?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. We may not end up staying that long, but I think 3 nights is probably a decent amount of time that we may end up spending here anyway.
Yep, and they also supply you with food if you're in the house at meal times.
I have paid my 3 silver.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, so we'll reconvene in a fortnight then, and you can explore the City of Dragonsteeth to your contentment and then decide where you go from there.
Excellent.
Whether it's traveling onward towards the Empire or fighting in the arena for your glory and advancement. Whatever you decide to do. Delve into the Labyrinth.
Just a quick question. What's the conversion rate? Like how do I take 3 silver out of?
It's all metric. 10 copper make 1 silver, 10 silver make 1 gold, 10 gold make 1 plat.
What's the bit in between silver and
Electrum.
gold?
Ignore it.
Electrum pieces. It virtually
Electrum
never-
doesn't exist.
It
Yep.
virtually never gets used.
So we ignore that one.
Yes, it
Let's
has.
go-
And it has a funny conversion rate.
Yeah, just ignore it.
It's not even. That's fine. My biggest problem with Electrum is like if it was actually natural Electrum, it would be more expensive. That's fine. Whatever. Because Electrum's actually kind of rare. Natural forming Electrum. It's not very common. That's all I'm saying.
But
Obviously you can make it just by melting silver and gold together, but
it might
that's
be,
not natural
It
Electrum.
might be natural in fantasy. It might be not.
That's true. Well,
uncommon.
I mean,
Who knows?
that's kind of a weird metallurgy happening in the world. Like, stuff doesn't really. Yeah. Anywho.
Meanwhile,
So to pay 3 silver, I just need to take away gold and put 7 silver in. Is that correct?
Indeed.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm
Perfect.
bad at maths and rules.
Yeah, just ignore Electrum. Electrum doesn't exist.
That one's just a nice little aesthetic thing.
Yeah. In this world, there are spirit coins that are worth more than platinum pieces, though. So there's another 10 to 1 and another 10 to 1 after that.
Yep.
So, because they're just spirit coins, like based on rank, effectively. It's, lowest rank to higher ranks.
Cool. Well,
Anyhow.
that was a fun session. Thank you very much for running it.
Cheers. It was good. We got to Dragonsteeth. That's nice. Interesting town. Things can happen. Rukka fell off another giant skull.
Classic.
Classic Rukka.
It's your calling card now.
Yeah. I did mean to give out inspiration multiple times. So I should I'll just do that at the end of the session. So there was something that Åvna said about the Labyrinth that was inspiration. Rukka obviously falling off the skull was inspiration, 10 out of 10. Staying true to character. And Afanen making another item would have been inspiration. I just need to remember to give them out. So I'll try to do better next time. Anyway, that is all.
I drew Afanen today. That's what I drew while we were playing. In
Nice.
AU, him in modern day clothing. He would be wearing.
Is it in the Discord?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
There he is in all his glory.
I like the blushing. Perfect.
Oh, absolutely.
Not enough.
I-
Not enough emo though.
I'll put some more makeup on him next session.
It looks like he'd be a little bit too glittery there.
He can't afford eyeliner yet, but when he can, woohoo.
That's why we came to Dragonsteeth, right? So we could get some eyeliner.
Indeed.
Maybe.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. It was good fun.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
see you guys all later then.
Cheers. Thanks.
Indeed.
Have a great
Alright.
Have a good
See ya.
have a good week.